Hi. So basically what we are doing over here, so this is the LinkedIn data extraction thing over here. So we are just basically extracting the data from LinkedIn profiles and then writing a personalized message with the AI and then putting back into the CSV or Google Sheet. So right now here you can see a list of prospect sheets over here. So basically we have one prospect right now just to test out how it works. So here it is. Let's go into the Gumloop thing over here. So what we did over here, so this is the workflow number one, where we are just doing the LinkedIn data extractor thing, scraping thing, and over here the Google Sheet is there, so we can just maximize this from here. So it is connected over here. Now this Google Sheets is then next connected to the LinkedIn URL. So LinkedIn URL is coming from here to LinkedIn profile scraper. So basically this is the LinkedIn tool which just scrape all the data from LinkedIn URL. So from the Google Sheet we are having the prospect URL, so it's just coming directly into LinkedIn profile scraper. Here you can just see this pink arrow coming down. And what LinkedIn profile scraper do, it basically scrape the first name, last name, and all these different bunch of tags which you can see over here, and these tags directly go into the new CSV which we have created in the Google Sheet profile. So it just take all the data from LinkedIn into this new Google Sheet writer. So it just take all of these details from there. Now next you can just see we have some more workflow over here, which is just taking the same URL from here and doing some website scraping thing. Unfortunately LinkedIn profile don't scrape the profile name, so this is the minus over here. So for doing that we have just used the website scraper over here. So what it does, basically it takes the same URL from the Google Sheet, and website scraper just scrape all the data on the home page of LinkedIn, and the home page at this time will be the prospect home page. And once it scrape all the data, then we are using the extract data model, the AI model which just extract the required information. Right now what we need the company name, so it just extract data, just scrape the company name from the web scrape data, and it all does with the automation and AI thing. So it does clearly all the thing, and it finds out easily the company name. So it's just super simple. And then extract data just move down to the next thing over here. So what we are doing actually now, basically the profile scraper just scrape the owner profiles data. Now we want to scrape the company information. So we don't have any company name, so for that we just scrape the person's profile, and then we scrape the company name, and from that company name now we are using the LinkedIn company profile scraper tool. So now we have the company name which is extracted from the AI, and then it is coming from here to LinkedIn company profile scraper. And now what we are doing over here, so now in the LinkedIn company profile scraper, here you can see all these details are extracted, or we can say scraped from LinkedIn company profile of that person. So here's company name, description, and all of these details are scraped from LinkedIn company profile scraper. And now what we want to do, we want to put this data also in our final sheet. So where we put the person details, in the same way we are putting his company details over here into the same sheet. So just a super simple automation, or you can say LinkedIn data scraping model over here, workflow. So what it does basically take the URL and just scrape the person profile and his company profile. Although we didn't get a company name over here in the LinkedIn profile scraper, so what we did, we just ran the normal website scraper thing, and with the help of AI we were able to scrape the uh, company name from the web scraping model. So if you do it manually, and it will just take too much time, so it's better to use the AI model over here and then using the LinkedIn. And now this is in the loop mode, so the number of prospect LinkedIn URL over here, so it will run on loop and it will just return in seconds. So the automation is done over here, and now the next time is to get this data into the sheet. So let me show you this sheet where this data is going. So this was our first sheet, the LinkedIn data sheet, and this is the LinkedIn data extractor sheet. And over here you can see the LinkedIn prospect URLs over here. We still don't have the LinkedIn company URL, so let's leave this for now, but we have the LinkedIn data, company data over here. So the first name is over here, last name, yes, you can just look into all of these details, job title, headline, city, education, and every single thing is over here. Then the company name is there, description is there, what industry it just fall into. Every single detail is mentioned over here. Now we got the data over here. We do have company name, person name, and all these details are there. So now it's time to write the personalized copy. So for that we have just created a new sheet over here, which is email and messages copies. And over here prospect LinkedIn is there, which is just coming from the second sheet. And then the intro page to prospects, like if you want to send a message to someone on LinkedIn, we have to send one intro message, basically like who we are and what something like that, the welcome message, so we can just have a connection. And then once the person is connected, then we can send this first LinkedIn message to him, and then we can also contact him on via email. So these are the three different copies over here which we have generated with the AI over here based on the data. And here we can just put the prospect email address, and it might look suspicious like a headache, like we have to put all the emails one by one over here. So you can just basically put the emails over here in this. So in front of this you might be having the email address, so just put that over here directly, because LinkedIn do not have the ability to scrape email thing from there. Maybe in future I will just try to do something like that, through which we can just scrape the email addresses also. So once this process is done, now we do have the email thing over here. So basically what my main motive was to share, like you can put the email addresses over here directly, so we can just integrate that directly over here into this sheet, so you don't have to put manually all of the email addresses. So that's it. So over here we have all these details coming. So now how these details are coming over here, so let's look into that. Let's jump into the second workflow. So this is done, which basically scrape the data, LinkedIn data and all of that. Let's go to copywriting thing. So now what we are doing over here, so we are just basically putting the Google Sheet reader over here, and this is the same sheet, the LinkedIn data extractor. So now we are going to take this data and write a copy, and that copy goes into this file. I hope so everything is clear. It just looks a bit confusing, but it's just super simple. So this is a Google Sheet reader over here, and you can just see all the details over here. And now what we are doing over here, so basically we are just combining this all text into one with the help of inputs and giving it name, like hey, it's a first name. So let me show you the input thing, and why we are doing this. Basically we are doing this just to connect this with the AI model. So ask AI is a node over here which typically takes the only one node over here. So we can just connect one dot over here, and for doing that we need the data inside of one row, or whatever you can say, like we need the data to be in a one dot in order to connect it with the context, and ask AI to just look into this data, and based on that write personalized messages, whatever it is, 3-4, it's just depend on you what you want to generate. We do have the LinkedIn data, and now it's your choice what you want to do and how you want to write the copy and everything, and what's your service you want to pitch. So basically over here what we are doing, so we cannot put the volunteer work and connect it with the context because it will not make any sense. So for that we have just used the combined data, and what this combined data do is just take all these Google Sheet columns data over here into combined text model. And let me show you this combined text model. It's just a little bit bigger, so it might confuse you. So let me zoom out a bit and take this out so I can just show you what's going on over here. So what it is doing over here, so input 1 is connected with the first name. So in the format I just put first name input 1. So input 1 is over here, and why I'm putting the first name over here, just to make AI comfortable in thinking like what's going on. Otherwise the input will just go, the sequence will just go up and down, and you might be confused like what is the first name and last name. So for the AI thing, to help the AI to understand what's going on over here, so basically I'm just providing all of this together because it's a combined text, and if I don't put the first name or anything else, like it will just show like this, first name, let's say it's the Alex, and last name will just show in front of that, and then the job title will start right after that. So it's just the website scraping thing. So we are not doing that thing over here. We just want to make things clear to AI to understand it, and then we can just generate some good copy over here. So what I did is just put all these things over here, which is the right method to do. So yeah, we have to just clear the AI also, like hey, this is the thing to do, so then we can just generate some good copy. Else we have to struggle a lot in guiding AI and all of these things. So yeah, over here, so that step is done. So when the text is combined, then we are taking this text into the ask AI model and putting this into context and asking like hey, just provide this thing over here, a prompt to extract the 3 email thing for us, the 3 messages for us. One is intro page, which is just the 200 characters because LinkedIn only allow 200, so it is just generated based on that. And then first LinkedIn message, and then email copy for prospects. So over here what we are doing, so we are just asking AI to extract all these things and then coming back over here in the extract data model. So once the AI is asked to extract the 3 messages or write the 3 messages based on this data which is provided in the combined text, so it just generated 3 messages, and then based on that we are just extracting all these 3 things, all the 3 messages. Why we are doing the extracting data model over here? The reason is we are using this because we need the data. We need the data in different rows or columns, so we can just put that into different columns. That's the main reason we are using the extract data model. Else if we don't use, so it will come inside of one column, so all the 3 messages are coming inside one column, so it does not make a sense. So the reason why we are using extract data model over here is to extract the intro pitch separately, extract the first LinkedIn message separately, and email copy for prospect separately. And AI is just good enough to look into this ask AI model and extract the 3 messages and put them in their separate titles or whatever you can say. So basically it's just separating the data and putting this heading which I provide over here. So now this data is clear to us. Intro is separated, first LinkedIn message is separated, and email copy is separated. So now it's time to use this data into not use this data, just it's time to put this data into our Google Sheet. So now it's time to put this email and message copies sheet over here, and it's the writer mode over here. So intro is connected to intro, first LinkedIn message is connected to this, and email copy for prospect is connected to the respective column. So and prospect LinkedIn is coming from the original sheet, the second LinkedIn sheet. So we are just taking this directly from here to here. So we just know like which copy is coming over here. Like we should know like this is the prospect LinkedIn URL. So for this messages or all these things is written. So I hope so all this makes sense over here. So now the second step is also done. Like we have all these messages over here which we can see, intro page, first LinkedIn, and email copy. And now it's time to send the LinkedIn messages. But unfortunately with the Gumloop LinkedIn tool, we cannot send messages directly from Gumloop. So we have to use any other platform, same as we do for the cold email stuff. But we just need the different copies. So we have written this email copies or whatever you can say, the LinkedIn messages over here. So the copy is great, you can just play with it. And you might be confused like what is over here, like best your name, something like that, and here warm regards your name and something like that. So basically you can just tell the AI to not put the signature, so it will just not put the signature. Or you can just do one more thing over here, like don't include the signature, so it will just remove the signature. Or you can provide your own signature to AI, like hey, put this into the signature, so it will make more sense. But maybe in most of the email, the signature we can just add directly into our email. So it's better to tell AI like hey, I don't need the signature, so don't put anything, not dummy or not mine, so just don't put the signature over there. So it will be just clear. You can just put a signature directly into your email address, so you can just do that thing from there. It's more better. So don't ask AI to, or if it generates, just remove this. So it's just super simple. Just go to ask AI and just tell him like hey, let me show you this thing over here. So based on that information context, so this is the client information, this and that. You can see my service is this. I just did this for the dummy purposes to look into that. And I just clear this thing over here like hey, first message for LinkedIn, I need 200 characters. This is just the hi message to someone on LinkedIn, and then first message copy, and I just didn't give a limit to it. It can write whatever he wants. So yeah, super simple over here. You can just put one more line over here, like I don't need the signature thing, and it will be perfect. It's just super simple. You just need to guide AI in the right way. So once they're done, let's save this workflow. Now the last thing is, like, we cannot send LinkedIn messages, but we can send messages on email. So for the dummy purposes, I just put one random email over here just to test out how all this will work. So now let's just create the email sending workflow. So this is the third workflow, which is email sending workflow. And over here we are just using the Google Sheet Reader, and we are using the same sheet over here. What we are basically doing, so now we do need two things from here. One is the email address, and the second is email copy, because we want to send an email. So we are using this email and message copy sheet over here, which is over here Google Sheet. And I don't need to show the fields again and again, so we just pick two fields from here, two columns from here. We don't need the rest, so it's not over here. And you can also select it, but we are not going to use, so I didn't select that. So you can just do this from here directly. Come over here and just put this and select all of these if you want. So right now we just need these two, so that's why it's just two over here. So we are good to go, and let's move on. So now this email copy for prospects. So you might be thinking like, hey, this is the Google Sheet, and just connect this directly with the Gmail thing and it will just go right away. But the issue is, if we look into the Gmail sender, what we can just call this plugin node or whatever it is. So in the Gmail thing, we need the body content, we need the recipient, which is the email address, and we do need the subject. And if there are any attachment, PDF or whatever it is, so we also have an option over here. We can just connect that also. Right now we just need the subject, recipient and body. But if I look into my content, I do have the recipient over here. So recipient is the email address, and it is in the separate column. So I can just directly connect this to the email address field. But if I look into my copy, my subject is connected with the AI, so with inside of the body. So I have to separate this subject from my body, and then this is the separate body thing over here, and I have to remove the signature from here also. So I have some issues over here. So first, I can do this thing previously also, but let's do it in the email part over here. So it's on you how you want to save your credits. So if you can do, it's good. So over here we can just see email copy for prospects. So this is the email copy, which is just coming up with the subject and all the body all combined. So now what we are doing over here, so basically we are just combining all these three things over here: email copy, email address, and basically we do have two fields, and we want to combine them and extract them separately, so we can just put them. So what I am doing over here, so let me show this over here. So email copy is the input one, which contains the subject and the body all together. So it's a one field, so we have just put it that over here. And then the email address is there, which is an input 2, so it makes more sense over here. So just super simple thing. And now this input is coming from email and email address, and then the combined results, and then they are combined together. And then with the help of extract data model, what I am extracting over here, I am extracting the subject. I am telling AI like, hey, look into the combined text and extract the subject from it. So subject is extracted, look into the body and extract that, and look into the email address, extract the email address from there. So maybe we can just directly connect this email address into directly over here. You can do that thing also over here. So it's just on you, like how you want to make things easy. So it's better to just take this email address directly into the recipient, because the email address is the same one, so we don't have any combined thing over here. While for the email, you have to still use the combined thing over here, and then putting into extract, and then coming back into this. So subject is just connected with subject, and body is connected with the body, and email address is connected with recipient. So we just need these three things, and you might be confused with these lines. So basically it just interconnected in between, because subject is at the front, and over here subject in the third column. So it just shows like this and this. So the lines are just interconnected, but they are just connected. It just confusing, but due to these things like second, third, first thing, so that's why the lines look so confusing over here, but they are connected. You can see all these arrows are coming. So now that's done, and over here inside of this email sender thing, we can just look into different things. So this line shows like this is completely running on the loop mode. Data is coming from back and we are just using this. Recipient is also connected and subject is also dynamically connected. And then we can also use a standard display name, but it's better to not use it over here. Just put your signature there in your email, and then it will be perfect. And then I put this draft. So right now it will just send the message into draft, and you can just open your email and look into the email. If the copy is good enough, you can just click send and publish, so the email will be sent it. But if you don't want to check the AI messages and you want to send it directly, so it will just send directly. Just disable this option and your emails will be sent it directly to the prospects. So I think so it makes more sense over here, and that's it. So this was the whole LinkedIn copywriting. And yeah, so basically copywriting with the help of AI, personalized with the help of Gumloop, extracting the LinkedIn and then writing a personalized message, putting them in CSV and just taking the message from CSV and sending them into Gmail directly. That would be more awesome if we have an option for sending the LinkedIn prospect messages directly from Gumloop, but right now we don't have any options. But let me show you like what we have inside of this. So in the LinkedIn we have just 4 things over here. So basically we can just write a post directly from here. This is one of the good feature over here. We can scrape the LinkedIn profile, we can scrape company profile, and we can just scrape job. We cannot send messages from here to prospect or something like that. Only 4 features are available over here, but they are also good enough to do something like that. I think so all these things will make sense, and let me know what else should I go and what else we should create in order to know more about all this stuff, what's going on and all that. Take care, goodbye.